Alright, what's up, dudes? No net play matches today. Today is a training day. Usually I haven't really thought about putting something like this up because I assume it's boring to most people. I'm gonna kind of try and walk you through my process of how I kind of try and hone in on what it is I need to work on and what things I need to sharpen to clean up my gameplay, right? So, number one, when it comes to Melty Blood, which is what we're going to be doing today, of course, as with the theme lately, I'm going to show you guys how to use Mizumi, the Mizuumi Wiki, because it is one of the most comprehensive, well-written guides to characters, mechanics, everything that I've come across in my entire fighting game life. So let's just jump in there and show you what I'm talking about. This is the Mizuumi Wiki, and of course, service dedicated to hosting wiki pages for niche versus and fighting games, right? So whenever you're playing a kind of obscure game, quote unquote obscure, this is where you want to go to learn stuff about it, right? And, you know, it has all kinds of stuff in here. And, you know, Skullgirls is in here, Them's Fighting Herds is in here, which I still have not played either of those games, and I'd like to check them out at some point. Under Night's in here. Just all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Bloody Roar is in here, Vampire Savior, Sam Show, but of course we're going to the Actress Again Current Code wiki, right? Okay, so here we are on the Melty Blood Actress Again Current Code wiki, and right down here you've got your general stuff, you've got controls, FAQ, getting started, system mechanics, links. These are really helpful, of course. Advanced mechanics, glossary, tier list, patch notes, all that good stuff. Now, what we're looking for, though, is our character. And these are all the characters from MBAACC. Because she's my character, I'm going straight to her, right? Got Aki of Vermilion. Now, what this does, it lays out all of the moon styles and just gives you kind of like a breakdown of what styles do what. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It kind of, it goes over like a little bit of stuff. It does this for every character, right? Fastest character in the game, but the one with the lowest health, below even the Nekos. Yep. Viakia is the ultimate glass cannon. Yep. She has phenomenal control over the air with huge normals, Jump C, an unrivaled ability to move with her air dashes, 2 of them, control space with her large specials, Ribbon, many of which are jump cancelable, and Tiger Kneeable. So, okay, F Viakia is the real attraction. Yes, F Viakia is the one that actually is a top tier character, but takes a lot of work. With one of Melty's few true infinite combos. She does have an infinite with her pits, and some set play that would make even Melia jealous, although C and H are respectable mid-tiers in their own right. Amazing normals for Abare, specifically 4C. Yes, 4C is a very good Abare move. You see me do it a lot. So, but let's take a look at all the moons, right? So we're going to go over this. So Crescent Moon, rather unique character that is all about knockdown. That's right. Her Jump C causes hard knockdown, her 5B is great frame trap normal. Yeah, her bad. She's all about knockdown into 2-2-X, which is the pit that drains life, forcing the opponent to stay blocking with TK236 and detonating pits. And you need to learn the Momiji loop with her for damage and meter, which is very important. But then we move down to half. This is the one that I never see anyone play, but one of the fastest characters in the game. Her airspeed is absurd. Her 2-2-X pits immediately detonate and force the opponent to respect. Her basic combo is a guaranteed corner carry, and her air normals are the best of C and F Moon, Jump B and Jump C respectively. You need to learn the Momiji loop for damage and meter. That's pretty much the same across everything. If you just really want to go super fast and not care about anything else, H Viakia is the character for you. So if you really like really fast characters and not have to worry about, you know, crazy execution, all that stuff, I assume this is the moon for you. And Full Moon, this is the very good Viakia. Truly savage, F Viakia is extremely dominant in the air with some of Melty's best movement options once she's at the top of the screen, a powerful ability to control the ground with all of her specials. She can stay at the top of the screen for pretty much as long as she wants because of Puffball. Her high speed combined with Jump C creates good mix-up opportunities that leave the opponent guessing. Once she lands a hit, her set play is second to none and is among the most hopeless feeling situations in Melty. Tricky confirms, but boasts one of Melty's few infinites. Devastating in neutral and Okazami, her only real weakness is her low health, of course. In theory, she could be considered one of the SS tiers, like F Hime and C Roa, but in practice, her pathetic life pool, high execution requirements for optimal combos, and highly demanding playstyle means that a single tiny misstep at any point results in death. I would argue that that is the truth for this moon too. Once you're here, basically pick the moon you're interested in, right? And I play Crescent, so I would click Crescent. And this is going to take us to the greatest thing ever, and what I love about this wiki, right? So there's still some stuff that, you know, this is in progress, this is stuff to do. There's an entire video database, which we'll get to soon. Hirokazemi, 2 ways of setting up a pet after a Momiji loop, and that's by ending the loop with 2C, or sweep, or 623B, which is her uppercut. Basically, they're the same, as you can do the same follow-up. So it goes over many things. Nobody put defense in here because she doesn't have any. I'm just kidding, of course she does. But yeah, it covers everything. The you know, OTG pickups and stuff, like when you see me run up and jab and then do, you know, the 2B into 5C and stuff. Of course, you can get 5 jabs, but you got to be fast. So, in normal combos, covers all combos, all that stuff. This isn't what we're here for, though. We're not here for combos. This is what we're here for. So, pretty much every character has this available, right? All of the frame data and everything, and little tiny lines about what it's about, right? So, you know, there's her 5A, we see all the time, 5B, charge 5B, 5BB, which is the launcher. Sweet. So it just goes over everything, and you can see exactly where she can be hit, where she can hit them. You know, it's frame data, dude. That's all it is. And of course, all of this stuff over here that's really helpful: frame advantage, recovery time, how long it's active, startup, all that stuff. And this is how you learn what you can throw out, what's safe, what's not safe, everything else, how it interacts with other characters. I'm not going to get in too deep into frame data because it's sort of hard to understand if you're new to it. Basically, that's what I love about this site is all this frame data. Now, that is not the reason that I came to the Mizumi Wiki, however. Here we go. Match Video Database. This website is amazing. It's Melty.Games. And we click the game we're going to do. Obviously, type Lumina's, you know, gearing up to get ready, but we're going to go to actress again. Current code. Now, a-cho Vermilion Crescent, right? Look at all these matches. This is a gigantic archive of pretty much every matchup you can think of for the character you're playing. So we go with, okay, player 1, Crescent, a-cho Vermilion. Now, let's take a look at what did I have a problem with recently, right? Seeing Nanaya. Yeah. So we go to Crescent and we go to Nanaya and we search. Look at all these matches between seeing Nanaya and a-cho, right? So you can look at any of these matches and just kind of get a feel for how you should be playing the match. So let's just click on the first one, and before we get started with watching it, I'm going to basically go over what I'm looking for, right? Again, know what your goals are, okay? We're not going to be paying attention to, like, combos and stuff like that for this. What I want to know is how other a-cho players maneuver around his big buttons, right? And what they choose to do in neutral, what buttons they're pressing in certain situations, where they're standing on the screen. These are the things that I'm going to be paying attention to. Defensive options, especially too. What are they doing to defend against Nanaya's shit? And actually, I'm pretty sure I have this video saved somewhere, but yeah, it goes straight to the timestamp where a-cho is fighting against a Nanaya, because this is a giant video of a bunch of different matches. I'll put a link in the description to their channel so you guys can check it out, but also just go to the Mizumi Wiki. They link this a lot. But let's just go ahead and take a look and see what we can figure out from watching this. Okay, yeah, whenever he's on the ground, there's a retreat there, it looks like. And then Nanaya does work here. That's a lot of damage because it's a-cho. That was a deep, weird-ass B cross-up. Okay, so here comes pressure, right? Yeah, we need to make sure we do that also. You gotta reverse beat if they're blocking during your pressure, reverse beat into 5A and rebeat. That's a little counterintuitive, but it's kind of essential to playing the character. But let's see here. So, okay, that was that Did you just use that as an anti-air, or was that just in a barre? Yeah, that was an Abare for sure. That was not. I don't think that was an anti-air. So yeah, a lot of empty jumping. Probably looking for uh, maybe a DP or just wanting to avoid the 100,000 stab. Okay, so it looks like she almost got a punish there, actually, from when he was doing it at the end of it, like timing it to run in right when the move was ending. She almost got a punish. Yeah, a lot of air dashing back and a lot. Okay, she's on defense. Let's see. Yeah, tech out. That's a good idea. Okay. Run. All right. Miji loops dropped it. That's all right. Run up grab. Empty jump land. Okay. And there's the 5A reverse beat. Make it safe because it is +2 on block, if I'm not mistaken. +2 in general. All right. Throw. Okay, so that was interesting. So to avoid DP, I guess, she did pillars. Could be why. Okay, that looks like something I would have done. I guess you can make it safe by heating at the end of it. I don't know. Alright, punish the heat. Cool. So at this point, I'm going to pause. Like I said, sometimes I make notes. This is something that, when I see something interesting that I think might be a good option in certain situations, right? So, CBAACC matchup notes. Let's go ahead and make a new category against Sinanaya. So let's just put anything that we saw that was interesting in. So let's just say on knockdown, consider pillar to avoid DP. Yeah, you can throw, it looks like she, decided I'm gonna throw a pillar mid-range just to see if he's gonna DP up into it. The second thing I bet that it does, just thinking like a fighting game player, might discourage DP next knockdown, right? So if he expects pillar when you get a knockdown mid-screen and he decides, okay, you might do some kind of okie like that again, I'm not going to DP here, then you might get a free way to get in with like an instant, an IAD-C or something. This is just actually good Melty play in general. Lots of IAD back, followed by a ribbon. So let's see, round start. IAD back, backdash, backdash. Okay. Alright, so IAD double jump ribbon, and then IAD ribbon, right? He was kind of trying to get, it didn't work out for him, obviously he's getting counter hit, but he was trying to get the Nanaya to get used to a certain air movement, it looked like. Okay, punish DP. A super jump there. I guess that gave him more hits, I'm not sure. Careful not to hit buttons. Alright, saw him approaching on the ground through ribbon to delay the fall. It did not go into 5A. Alright, here comes Momiji loops. Dropped it. A lot of IAD B for approaching rather than C. And what I'm noticing is he's avoiding, well, until that happened, kind of avoiding trying to air counter hit him with jump A, because Sinanaya's jump A is pretty good. Okay, circuit spark, get off of me. Couldn't pick up the counter hit ribbon. Wins by time up. All right. Okay, so now it's going into, you know, versus Arcwade. But yeah, that's another thing that's just good in general for her gameplay. MBAACC general notes. Don't be afraid to make them chase you. Her mobility is such that if you get a lead, you can make it up to your opponent to have to get in. And she can just, she's got 2 air dashes, 2 jumps, and she can delay her fall with ribbons and pits, stuff like that. So this player right here, I don't know their name, sadly. This player right here really shows you what CVAACC is capable of. I'm gonna show you guys this fight with this C Nanaya. I believe it's C. No, he's full moon Nanaya, but regardless, I'm gonna show you this player and how they play. And this is one of those things where this is kind of what my final form I want to look like, you know, so check this out. So yeah, still a lot of that come and get me stuff, even though she hasn't gotten a hit yet. Now it's time to do stuff. Yeah, okay. Alright, see, there's a, that was an OTG combo that I don't use that much. And that's fine. But yeah, a lot of double jump there, probably trying to bait, yes, that. Trying to bait the dive kick, trying to bait other bullcrap. Okay. Reverse beats into 5A there. Confirms, does not go into 5A. Jumps, does pit. Okay. So what just happened there is a really good way to set up her pressure, right? It's very ambiguous. So she's gonna, right here, she's gonna super jump, put down pit, and as she's falling back, when she's drifting back here, do her air dash and go into jump C. Look at that. That's sick. Because nobody wants to be standing in that pit. Because it's just going to drain their health. Oh, okay, yeah. See, I hadn't even considered... See, this just comes down to, like, remembering what the mechanics of your moon style are, right? So, like, he just jumped there and preemptively counter hit her. She was coming down and she did dodge, right? That was probably to either avoid a jump attack or to avoid a DP there. Yeah, like right here. I don't like that I'm above you. You have too many options. I'm gonna dodge. Okay. Okay, yeah, alright, so that was definitely knowledge of the character right there. Right here, this block string. He's gonna do the dash-in special, where he disappears and he can cross you up, he can grab you, that kind of stuff. And she just jumps away. So, my question is, if she did the same thing in that situation with the big stab, would it have gotten her because of the up back? That I don't know. Okay, it looked like he faked the dash and just saw what she was going to do. Cross up dive kick, that's a shame. Held shield for some reason there. Picks up the OTG. Realizes that you can't go into Meiji loops off of that, so she IADs to continue pressure. There's the C pit. Didn't really bait DP there, just was far enough away that it wasn't anything that was going to worry her. Pillar. Blow up pit, reset pressure with TK ribbon. Super ribbon, probably I would think that was a input error, but maybe not. Reacts to overhead, very nice, and B ribbon, alright. So whenever he's above her, whenever she's above him, she's playing very defensively, like... Oh, that was good. That was a good fast fall. Mixed fast fall again. Delayed. There's a ribbon, no pickup on it, but... Okay, see, that right there. Defensive. Very hard to do for me. But EX shield into 5A, Sick. That's a counter hit, air counter hit, which means they can't tech it until they get to the ground, and she runs up and picks it up with 5B, 4C, and then gets an air combo off of it. Knockdown into the corner. Here comes some freaking Oki, dude. Okay, he jumped up, managed to get out of there. I guess he mistimed the jump C a little bit. Yeah, throwing jump C out a lot in the air for from a distance just to like hit him. Not really leading into much. There we go. That leads. There we go. So yeah, jump C seems pretty good. Well, obviously it's good, but it seems pretty good in this matchup too. There's the EX shield 5A again. Pit, pillar. Blow up pit after 2C. Attempts to rebeat. Fails. Then Anaya is now playing defensively. Jumping back a lot. Now he's fishing for that air counter hit real hard. Alright, on defense, what are we doing? Jump, block, air dash forward, air dash back, jump B. Okay. Nice, dude. So obviously just things I need to work on in general, right? Rebeating needs to improve. Got to kind of make it a habit to not only am I looking for my confirm to get into Momiji loops and stuff, but I need to realize that when it's not confirmed, I need to rebeat into 5A. Because I never use that at the beginning of a combo. It's always 2A. At the end of it, if, you know, because my pressure typically ends up being, or ends up ending with 2C, which you can definitely rebeat into, you can definitely reverse beat into 5A from that, so I should just realize to do that. Drift more, that is definitely a thing that I need to work on a lot more. Drifting, if you don't know, is actually a pretty good movement option in Melty Blood, of course. Jump straight up, and you keep a little bit of momentum, so you drift, and when you jump again, you can continue to drift, right? And it's pretty ambiguous on where you're gonna end up. And that's really strong for Sibiakia with her awesome air normals. More jump B. Low to the ground jump B. Start up 6 frames, active for 7. It seems safe from his stuff as long as you space it correctly. If you're right here and you do it, like if you're jumping into his body right here, it's probably pretty scary, but pretty sure jump B is good in that matchup. Just, it is good in general. Okay, so now that we have our notes, and now that we've watched some match footage, I'm going to use the Steam version for training. So we'll pick Sinanaya, matter what color. Go to Sibiakia's stage. Okay, so, rebeating. Right? So, if they block, we can continue our pressure a lot better. Right, most of this stuff can be jump canceled, but, I mean... Definitely need to work on the spacing of this. It's actually bigger than it looks. Okay, so drift, right? That's drifting. And you see how she drifts a little bit? Okay, and of course, we need to work on our TKs. You guys remember when every time I tried to go from 2C to 4C, I would get this? Well, this is how I mitigated that. It still happens sometimes because it's a habit, but I'm breaking it. If you go from this to B, you're going from neutral to back, right? So there's no chance of it. Now that is a problem, because I'm missing the uppercut. Don't have a problem doing it from standing, but doing it from here you have to let go, right? It's just the same as doing a low forward Shoryuken from Street Fighter. Yeah, you need to make sure that you get it and you don't get this, because this is costing me damage and meter gain when I do it on accident. Let's try and defend against Nanaya's crap, right? And we could EX shield it. Not hard to do. Okay, so it can be punished if they don't drift back with it, right? Okay, we can do that. We cannot up back it. We can't jump. Okay, that is not okay. If I think that's gonna be the call, we can just EX shield it. I doubt very much that we could get a 4C off of that, but we can try. Oh, we totally can. Okay. Yeah, so if our opponent likes to throw that out willy-nilly, we have a strategy against it now. We can actually get a punish there. There we go. We get a punish and we get Oki too. Hell yeah. Alright. So we found a strategy against that. So there you go. We got a strategy against the move that was kicking our ass in that one match. Of course, if he drifts back with it, I don't know what to do there. And I'm not sure exactly how you drift back with it. So let's mess around with that. Alright, got it. Alright, there we go. We gotta get mid-screen. Come on, get over here, dude. Get over here, dude. Oh, I got him backing into the corner. Get over there. Alright, so if he drifts back, we don't get a punish, we just remain safe, that's all. So does he. So it resets to neutral, basically. But, if we know he's gonna do that, make it safe on his block string, that gets us hella meter. Find out how much meter we get off it. If he'd actually let me. Pretty decent amount of meter too. Yeah, that was the move that was giving me the most trouble, so it's good to know that I have some kind of strategy against it now, even if it's not the most optimal. What else was the problem? Jabbing. His jab is really, really good. So I'm just gonna see what I can do about his jab. Anything in the air that I do. Can I do jump C? If it's spaced, yes. If I'm coming straight down, I don't think there's anything that I can... Well, no, that's good too. Alright, so jump C is the answer in that situation, right? And you think he's just gonna jab the hell out of you? Other thing that we need to be afraid of. DP. So let's set it up so we know when it's gonna happen. Okay. It's got a couple of hits. Okay, so does drift help at all against it? Drift works really well. Weird timing for that second shield. Alright. That's pretty good against DP as long as you can get the timing in the heat of the moment, I guess. And this is just how you find answers to the things that are messing you up. Like, the stab things, we can shield. Shield seems to be a pretty good answer for most things. Alright, this is another one that we had trouble with. Okay, there's an EX shield. Okay, don't want to react like that. that doesn't get it. Okay. Cool. We're trying to figure out how to punish that. Okay, we don't want to go airborne there. It doesn't work. Okay, no. There we go. Okay. That's pretty good, though. Okay, so we can actually punish that. What else can we do? Okay. What was the other nice setup we had against his DP? So if we get a sweep... Okay, we want to do the close version, right? Yeah. You don't want to do it immediately, because then it'll just hit him, right? And he'll get to recover. But... like... charging it... yeah, time it for a little bit after the sweep. Alright, and we'll turn him on to all guard here. So we can practice our pressure. Dang it. So, rebeating has to become a thing. It has to become a new good habit. Because if I do, like, that, and make it a long string, be like, oh shit, I'll just wait for that and, you know, whatever. But if I make it a short string, right, then I get to move up and rebeat. Or grab. Or even jump. So, throwing out the reverse beat 5A is really good. And it puts me at different ranges depending. But really what I need to learn how to do is get my TK immediately off of a 5A, right? TK ribbon. Now, it's important to remember that this shit is only surface level. This is just one training day, right? Right? It's not just one time and you got it. Because you have to develop good habits. Just like you develop bad habits. However, it's always easier to develop bad habits than it is good ones. Because you get bad habits without even trying. Like right now, there's already a bad habit rearing its ugly head with my rebeating. I'm always doing a full block string into it. And it's going to probably be really bad eventually. So I need to do like shorter ones mixed with longer ones, especially if I see they're gonna block. And I need to learn how to, you know, immediately continue my pressure and not get lost in it. That's another hard thing to do. So yeah, that's just one training session. There's a million other things that you can be practicing, of course, but it's way better to just go ahead and jump in right after a match, or, you know, when it's the last match you played, and just kind of look at the stuff that was messing you up and find solutions to it. That's what training mode's for. It's not just for practicing your combos. It's there to find solutions that you for problems you run into in matches. 90% of what you should probably be doing in training mode when you're just messing around is getting used to your movement. That is something that I do once a day right before I actually get into matches, is remind myself how to use my movement options and the distance they go and stuff like that, right? Like this is ambiguous, because it can land on this side, or you can delay it and land on this side. And I practice both, you know, just stuff like that. So if I was to get like, right, you're not even really worried about practicing your combos unless you're really having trouble landing them in a match, right? What you really want to mess around with is how you move around the screen with your character a lot. It seems boring. Don't even worry about throwing out moves. Just move around, dude. But just like, discover your character, guys. Seriously. Understand where you're going to end up when you land, when you jump. Understand how many options you have depending on your character, right? So you get your double jump, right? You have 2 jumps, 2 air dashes in the case of a-cho. So you can do all kinds of stuff. Just like keep in mind all of your options, right? And the fact that you can like delay your fall, and where are you gonna land when you do delay your fall? Like figure out what moves in the air make you lose air options, right? And for a-cho, she doesn't lose much. Pretty much all of her stuff retains movement afterwards. So move around with your character, understand how far dashes go, understand how to like cancel your dash quickly or slowly, delayed, so you get right up in their face. But yeah, I just wanted to like show you guys pretty much what I go through when I'm practicing a fighting game, because this is the most fun stuff to me, especially now that I have an answer to some things against Cien and Aya, that next time I fight one, I'll actually be able to defend against them a little better, which is pretty cool. And you just keep building that knowledge base up against certain characters, certain moves, certain matchups, all that stuff, and eventually it's just going to be second nature whenever you fight the character. You're going to be like, oh, okay, this is my defensive options versus this character. This is my safe offense versus this character, or, you know, things like that. It's not just about the matches, it's about preparing for those matches. Now, my method might not work for you, because everybody learns differently, but yeah, most fighting games give you all of the tools you need to learn how to tackle certain situations that are messing you up, especially when you got a really, really good training mode like Melty Blood, like Guilty Gear. But that's it. I will see you guys next time. Peace.